Hello guys, I would like to welcome you to the C video of the HTML5 video tutorial series for absolute beginners. So in this particular video, we are going to take a look at the difference between block level elements and then inline elements. So in HTML, block level elements are normally laid out one on top of each other, and inline elements are normally laid out side by side. So let's first look at block level elements. So in HTML, a very typical block level element will be a div element. So let's start by creating a div element here, div, and the text for the div is going to be first div. Let's close it with our closing div tag or element, save our work, and let's reload our browser. And we can see that the text has been rendered in our browser. Now, the thing about block level elements is that normally they occupy the full width of the browser. So even though the text doesn't stretch from the left end to the right end, the thing is that because a div is a block level element, it occupies the whole of this particular line. So let's prove that by copying this div tag here, and let's paste it below here. So let me tab it out to make our work a bit neat. So let's change the text here to second. Let's save our work and reload the browser. And so we can see that instead of the second div element being placed by the side of the first div element, it has rather been placed below the first div element. And this is just to buttress the point I made the first time, that a div element or tag is a block level element, in the sense that anytime you have a bunch of div elements, they are going to be placed on top of each other. So let's add our third div element by simply pasting what we copied before. Let's tab out and let's change the first to third. Save our work, reload our browser, and we can see that the third div element also has been placed below the two other div elements we created before. So this is the normal behavior of a block level element. Normally, block level elements, as I said, will be laid out on top of each other. Now on the other hand, an inline element or inline elements behave the other way around, in such a way that normally inline elements are placed side by side. So let's see a typical example of a inline element is a span tag. So let's create a span tag. Let's say span 1, and let's close this with a closing span tag. Save our work and let's reload it. So we can see that our span tag has been rendered in the browser. Now I'm going to duplicate this particular span tag here, and let's tab out to make our work a bit neat. Save our work, reload, and look at what is happening. But before that, let's change the 1 here to 2 so we can differentiate between our first span tag and the second span tag. So let's reload the browser again. Okay, so as I was saying, look at what has happened here. When we created the div elements, they were placed on top of each other. Now that we have created a span tag, the span tags or elements are placed side by side. So look at our first span tag. So instead of the second span tag being placed below the first span tag, it has rather been placed by the side of the first span tag. And this is normal because a span tag is an inline element. And as I said in the beginning, inline elements will normally flow from left to the right. They will always be placed side by side. But block level elements, on the other hand, will be placed on top of each other. So basically that's the difference between block level elements and then inline elements. Let me just take a quick summary. I said that block level elements are normally placed on top of each other, so they will normally be laid out from top to the bottom part of a web page. But inline elements, on the other hand, will be placed side by side. So someone might be wondering why we need to know the difference between a block level element and then an inline element. And the simple answer is all for the sake of styling. So anytime you want to style an element, you need to know the normal document flow of that particular element, whether the element is a block level element or the element is an inline element, so that you know which particular CSS rule sets to apply in order to achieve the styling that you need. So guys, that will be all for this video, and in the next video we are going to be taking a look at the differences between semantic and non-semantic elements. But if you have any comments about this particular video, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And if you have not subscribed to the channel already, I will entreat you to subscribe to the channel so that you'll be the first to know when I upload the next video. Bye for now.